I love boxing. If anybody listens to me, watches me, is around me and my brothers, shout out to my cousin Day Day. We love to talk boxing. I often feel like I could box. I've watched enough to study the moves and to study what I'm looking for and to see what should be done in order to win a fight. But that's nothing like actually boxing. But that's not the point. If you know me, you know I like boxing and combat sports in general. And one of the most shocking matches that I've watched this year, other than Deontay Wilder getting knocked out, Tyson Fury getting beat, was Devin Haney getting knocked out by Ryan Garcia. Now, Ryan Garcia is a social media star who essentially turned into a professional boxer and one of the biggest pay-per-view boxers in the modern era. His name carries a lot of weight. People love to hear what he has to say. Mr. Ryan Garcia knocked out one of the top fighters in the division. When we talk about people like a Tank and a Earl Spence and a Bud Crawford and a Boots, when we talk about these people, you would have had to speak about Devin Haney in this same vein. Devin Haney had over 20 fights. I believe he was actually 30-0 and had yet to be beat. And everyone knows that because of Floyd Mayweather, this O means a lot. Like, it's not enough to just get in and showcase your skills and say, damn, that was a good fight. He's got a few losses on his record, but he's still one of the GOATs. Like, it's not... MMA is notorious for that, right? You'll see a fighter be 12-12, and he is still considered one of the greatest fighters the sport has ever seen. Boxing isn't like that. Boxing, at one point, you could be 40-10 and still be a great boxer. You could be 32-8 and still be a great boxer, considered a great boxer, especially if you have a high knockout rate. I want to say both Muhammad Ali and Tyson both lost 5 fights. Muhammad Ali for sure. Tyson's might have been 3. But no one ever says that they weren't great, right? But once Floyd Mayweather, who did it in so much style and brash, backed up the trash talk for which he talked and came out the victor each and every time and made it look effortlessly, that is when the O started to matter. You were not or are not considered a top-tier fighter unless you have an O at the end of your record. And Devin Haney was one of these people. Tank is one of these people. Bud Crawford is one of these people. I consider Earl Spence to be one of these people. I think he's lost once or twice, but he's still one of these people. Not at quite in that category, but you understand what I'm saying, because he's got his losses, but you get it. Devin Haney, and the world for that matter, was shocked when Ryan Garcia planted him. And Devin Haney wasn't winning this fight by no runaway or anything. Devin Haney was already getting put in a situation where we couldn't believe that Mr. Ryan Garcia, Mr. Social Media Influencer, was making it competitive. Now, Ryan Garcia has been to the mountaintop once before, and he fought Tank Davis, who currently is the face of boxing at this point. Everybody wants to see a Tank Davis fight. Everyone wants to see if he's going to continue to be as great as he's been. If you want to be in attendance at a Tank Davis fight, you're going to see several celebrities, including top boxing stars. They want to see Tank Davis fight. as well. And Ryan Garcia got knocked out. He's not on that level. We knew that. But his name was big enough to give him that opportunity. It gives him so much recognition that he's able to go and fight Devin Haney, who's also mentioned in that ilk of boxers, and he got knocked out. Now, the interesting thing about this is that Mr. Haney and his camp came back and said, he failed the drug test beforehand. He had A, B, and C in his system. The loss doesn't count, and we'll be taking this before the commission. Now, most people were saying he was just upset that he lost, and why didn't you bring it up beforehand, and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of go back and forth in regards to this, because I'm like, well, of course he didn't do it beforehand, because he didn't want to miss out on all of the pay-per-view money. And Ryan Garcia had already been stripped of his belt because he came in overweight. So at this point, this fight is just a sparring session, essentially. But apparently it was real because they felt screwed over enough that they went before the commission, and ultimately, as early as a couple days ago, avenged his loss. He now has an O on his record, and Ryan Garcia has been suspended 1 year from boxing, and he says he's retired. But whatever the case is, that is what has happened. And there's an interesting story to this. Take the L, right? Like, at least when this situation happened and you did all the right things and you got your record fixed, take it like a man and kind of be like, yeah, I didn't want to win this way, but I'm an advocate for the game. I'm an advocate for the sport. We're trying to keep it clean. You know, Floyd Mayweather used to talk about this kind of stuff all the time. Trying to keep it clean, and I'm doing everything in my power to keep it clean, making sure that tests are done, everything like that. We don't want the sport tainted. It's been tainted before, and that's the reason why we had to go through what we went through to get this done. But I don't take me getting the loss removed lightly, and I want to get back in the ring with Ryan Garcia as soon as the suspension is up. No, apparently, Mr. Devin Haney is twerking to the news that he got a W and got his O back. Where have we gone wrong? Mothers, hug your sons. Teach them to get it the hard way. Teach them to want to work for it. This cannot continue to happen. Now, in your eyes, again, this is a therapy session. In your eyes, what do you say? Do you say that he deserves or he gets to celebrate this O? Do you say, well, look, if he was cheated, he was cheated, and him getting his O back, whatever? Or are you on the side of, nah, he still got an L in my book. I don't care what his record says. I'm still going to look at him like he has one loss, and that one loss is against Ryan Garcia. If he never fights Ryan Garcia again, he will constantly have this loss. So I don't care if he wins his next 50 fights. He, in fact, will still have an L in my book. And as you can tell, I'm on that side. As you can tell, I hang on that side because what are we talking about? You got beat. I want to say it was like 3 rounds to 5. If it was the 6th round, let's see, what is that, 8? It was around the 8th round. I mean, if it was 7 rounds, it was like 3 rounds to 4 or something like that on the scorecards. But this is the way that I feel about it. I want to know what you all think. Let me know what you all think. Put it in the comments. Let me know. Does Devin Haney still have that O on his record, or does he have one loss to you? Did he deserve to get that loss removed? Let me know what you all think. Put it in the comments. Hit that like button. Hit that red subscribe button. Yes, sir.